Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Drama-O-Rama Online. I'm Mrs. Combs, and I'm so excited to share this time with you today. Now, remember to have your journals ready, and let's get started. For today's warm-up, we are going to explore creative movement playing a game called Force of Nature. We're going to explore movement inspired by nature, freeze, and then we are going to react to that part of nature as ourselves. For example, if I call out wind, we'll use our bodies and vocalizations to explore the movement of wind. And then, as ourselves, we will react to wind. So, my forces of nature. Are you ready? Find your space bubbles, then stand in neutral. I want you to think about how the ocean moves. And when I say action, I want you to explore moving like the ocean. And action. Use your whole body. Your arms, your torso, your legs. Are your movements fast or slow? Now freeze. Now I want you to explore moving through the ocean as yourself. And action. How does it feel to move through water? Use your whole body. Are your movements slow or fast? What do you see? Freeze and neutral. Now I want you to explore how thick mud moves. And action. Use your whole body. Even use your face. Your arms. Your torso. Are your movements fast or slow? Freeze. Now I want you to explore moving through thick mud as yourself. And action. How does it feel to move through thick mud? Show me with your facial expressions. Is it easy to move or is it hard to move? Freeze and neutral. And now I want you to explore moving like the hot sun. This is a little trickier. And action. You are the hot sun beating down on the earth. How do you think the sun would move? How the rays would move? Explore that movement with your whole body. And freeze. Now I want you to explore reacting to and moving to the hot sun as yourself. And action. Oh, how does that feel on your eyes? How does that feel on your body? How do you react to the hot sun? Do you want to move towards it or away from it? And neutral. Very good. Today we are going to explore setting in a Native American myth. Myths, like fairy tales, were passed down generation to generation through word of mouth. These stories have to do with gods, nature, and how certain things came to be. We're going to act out a Cherokee creation myth, focusing on the setting. Setting shows when and where the story takes place. And not only will we explore how different characters react and relate to the setting, but we will also become different parts of the setting. I'm going to tell the creation myth as I act it out, and I want you to act it out with me. Are you ready? Find your space bubbles, then stand in neutral. A Cherokee Creation Myth. Setting in nature. Long ago, before there were any people, the earth was young, and the sea covered everything. The earth was a great island floating above the sea. And the animals lived in a home above the earth and beyond the rainbow. Needing more space, the animals sent Water Beetle to search the sea for more room to live. So Water Beetle scurried down the rainbow and dove into the water in search of room to live. He searched high and he searched low. And when he saw the sea floor, he got an idea. He pushed the mud from the floor of the sea slowly to the surface. And when the mud breached the surface, it quickly formed a wet and soft landmass. This was too wet and too soft for the animals to live on. So they waited. Then they sent Grandfather Buzzard to see if the land had hardened. So with his great wings, he flew over the land. And the wind from his wings were so strong that it created mountains. And the wind of his wings also created the valleys. And the wind from his wings hardened the earth. When the earth had solidified, the animals came down from the rainbow, but they couldn't see a thing. It was so dark. They needed light. Then they thought, we need to ask Great Spirit to bring the sun from behind the rainbow. Oh, please, Great Spirit, please bring the sun. So Great Spirit, being kind, answered and brought the sun quickly to them so they could see. But the sun, it was too close. It was too close, too bright, too hot. So the Great Spirit took the sun high into the sky and created a path moving east to west so that everyone could share in the light. Then plants were placed upon the earth, and the Great Spirit asked these plants and the animals to stay awake for 7 days and 7 nights. The plants that could not stay awake slept. The animals that could not stay awake slept. The plants that could stay awake were rewarded by keeping their leaves and staying green all year long, while the plants that slept lost their leaves in the winter. Then the animals, like the owl, whoo, whoo, and the mountain lion, were rewarded with the gift of seeing at night. This is how our world came to be before humans inhabited the earth. The end. Today, we were able to create different parts of the setting using creative movement. We were then able to use our bodies and our faces to show how different characters related to the setting. In one part of the story, we were the actual sea. And then in another part of the story, we were the water beetle, searching the sea to find a place to live. By exploring both ideas, we have a deeper understanding of this creation myth, and I think it makes the retelling more interesting. It's time for today's journal prompt. I want you to choose one of the natural settings from the Cherokee Creation Myth that we explored today. And I want you to think about the animals and plant characters that explored that setting and draw a picture of the setting and the animal or plant characters that explored that setting. And write 3 sentences describing the setting and how the characters reacted to the setting. And remember, use details. Thank you so much for exploring setting in a Cherokee Creation Myth with me today. Until next time, we'll sing goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.